haven't yet. Today's Smash-O stream was streamed live at twitch.tv/smashamash. Thanks to our new followers over there. Twitch.tv is a great streaming platform. Twitch.tv/smashamash. Next, I'd like to thank our patrons, the real source of funding for the content, the main source of funding for the content, as we make just this side of nothing to put these videos on YouTube. So thanks to our patrons. Cheers! It's patreon.com/smashamash. And there are various different tiers there, starting at $3 and ending at $15 per month. This is the new credit crawl. So thanks to our new patrons. And patrons are listed in order of lifetime contribution. And only active patrons are listed. Again, it's patreon.com/smashamash. If you want the earliest warnings, alerts, ringtones, music, etc., patreon.com/smashamash. And let's do a cosmology segment. As yesterday we spoke briefly about Sagittarius X3, which is a high-mass X-ray binary. Today we're going to roll a random number, but first we're going to talk about how the heliosphere is nothing like the galaxy. So, right now I'm on plasmascape.com. On plasmascape.com you can create this, which is a 3D viewable solar system. And there are different zoom levels. So the first thing I would invite you to do is press the A button, which will bring out all the tabs. And what you see here is the inner planets. So as our regular viewers are well aware, the sun is constantly putting out this spiral known as the heliospheric current sheet. And it's got different polarity portions of it. As the solar wind comes out, the two solar polar fields, they orient portions of the current sheet to their polarity. And the Earth is constantly passing through into north and south pole oriented current sheets. And so the sun is rather directly interacting with the Earth as it spews out particles. When the particles get to the magnetosphere, they create induction. As the magnetosphere causes them to break, it's a thing called Bremsstrahlung, which means the breaking energy of those protons striking the magnetosphere and causing all kinds of chemical reactions and so on. So the sun is constantly putting out this heliospheric current sheet. We call it the Parker spiral. And it's always blasting that out as it gets more and more diffuse as it heads out through the solar system. And this spiral of protons creates induction in the Earth's geospace. This is why we show the geospace movies daily, because it gives us a graphical analysis of what's going on in the geospace. So if we zoom out, you'll be able to see the tabs that we've created by pressing the A button. So you see that A button? There's a tab pointing toward the North Galactic Pole. The solar apex, that is the direction that the sun is moving with respect to the local stars. So if you zoom all the way out to number 5, this is going to show you what we call the local chimney. So the local chimney is a structure within the Milky Way galaxy. It's like a tube of denser dust that's kind of hollow in the middle. And the sun and the local stars are sort of moving through that local chimney. So it's a sort of an hourglass-shaped thing, and we get the data on this by looking at stars inside and outside the local chimney and seeing this distortion created by this dust in between us and those other stars. So you can see the solar apex. There's the direction that the sun is moving with respect to other stars within the local chimney. However, the entire local chimney is moving toward Cygnus. So this is Cygnus someplace over here. So this entire structure is actually moving in this sort of a direction. And the sun, with respect to other stars, is sort of moving in this direction at an angle to the galactic core. Really, it has nothing to do with the galactic core. And so let's zoom in a little bit closer here so we get the constellations back. We'll go to level 2 here, which is the second closest. Let's go to level 3. So there, that sphere that just zoomed out, that's the heliosphere. So now, if we orient this 3D image here towards Cygnus, you can see the star Deneb right there. So there's an indication of the real motion of the sun. So the entire local chimney is moving in that direction. It would be moving away from us from this perspective toward Deneb. However, the sun is moving in this direction in relation to that. So it's at basically a 90-degree angle to the motion of the entire local chimney. And that, folks, is why the heliosphere is nothing at all like the local environment. Stars interact with each other, but the sun is not interacting with the galactic core. Yes, we do receive X-rays, we see infrared radiation from the galactic core, but there is no direct relationship between the galactic core, which is why all this nonsense about the heliospheric current sheet is just that. Total, complete, and utter nonsense. If you want to look at this stuff yourself, head to plasmascape.com and you can load that up yourself and check it out. Now we're going to look at a random object here. We're going to pick a random number between 1 and 1031. Today's random number is 148. So we're going to go to the Neil Gorell Swift Burst Alert Telescope, and we're going to scroll down to number 148 and see what we have. This is PKS 0447-439, a BL Lacertae. So that is a type of galaxy that has sort of a broad band of emission spectra. Here's the X-ray portion of the electromagnetic spectrum that we see from galaxy PKS 0447-439. And you can see it's a pretty consistent X-ray source. This graph is actually pretty similar to the X-ray graph from Sagittarius A star. And let's see if we can get some imagery. We should get some good images of galaxy PKS 0447-439. So we'll go take a look at it on Aladdin Light here. Again, a BL Lacertae type object is a type of galaxy that shows us a broad band. So this galaxy should show up in all kinds of different emission spectra. Not just X-ray, but also infrared, visible light, etc. For some reason, the layers are not showing up here. It's the dangers of streaming live, folks. I don't know why we're not seeing anything here. Perhaps there's maintenance going on these sites as well, as we're not able to bring out other layers. Can we see the 2 mass? It doesn't look like it. So perhaps this website is under maintenance as well. At least there are the X-ray transients from the Neil Gorell's Swift Burst Alert Telescope. If you want to follow your favorite transients there, like say, oh, I don't know, Sagittarius A star, right? There's Sagittarius A star. There are the X-ray transients from the core of the Milky Way galaxy, the massive radio source at the Milky Way galaxy. And again, the idea that the structure of the Milky Way galaxy is as simple as the structure of the heliosphere is complete ridiculous nonsense. And our regular viewers may know exactly who I'm talking about. That person and channel shall remain unnamed in today's Cosmology.